Off the Hook Sucks Dick by Piddly Fangs. The ruckus of the crowd was incredible. Everyone was gathered around, giggling and laughing as they awaited to enter deeper into the stadium. Any venue where Off the Hook played was destined to be stuffed to the gills with loyal fans hungry to witness their dream duo perform live for the world. There were probably thousands of people here, filling the entirety of the whale-sized stadium, packed like sardines faithfully awaiting the first song to play. Any rookie act would naturally get nervous about performing live. However, many artists had coping methods to stay calm and avoid butterfly fish in the stomach. Some drank a little before their performance, others pretended no one was there. Marina and Pearl were a different story. However, this time, in the back of the stadium, all the way across the red carpet, through those decked out halls covered in portraits of superstars and neon lights, Pearl and Marina were relaxing in the back room. Both had their tights pulled down and their hands hooked around each other's crotches, toying with each other as they were getting onto it. "We're gonna rock this! We've got them so excited! Hook, line, and sinker," Pearl exclaimed as she spoke. Her strokes across Marina's cock were growing more sporadic, just as excited as the girl was. Yeah, Marina replied, squinting through the strokes of her thick, sensitive cock. She retorted, trying to keep her own stroking going on, eager to please Pearl. "I'm so excited for them. My dick is like extra sensitive tonight," Marina mumbled. The caramel octoling stared down at her cock as Pearl toyed with it as she noticed her pre was coming out extra thick that night. Pearl's fingers teased around the head of Marina's cock. The mocha-colored dick was massive and thick, her head having quite a fair amount of floppy foreskin to be toyed with. Pearl loved to slip a finger around the rim and fish inside Marina's, which always proved to be an especially sensitive spot for Marina. The octoling moaned as Pearl slipped inside just a single finger inside of Marina's little dick pouch. "Oh fuck yes," Marina hissed through her teeth, grinning as she just took it all in. "This is so perfect. Once we blow our loads, we're going out there and have such a good night." Marina's own joy bloomed up as she happily slid her hand harder up and down Pearl's very long cock, pleasing the girl's noodle dick with utter glee. She wanted to shower in kisses, licking her lips as she went moaning in ecstasy. Pearl beamed, pre-shooting out from her cock. "This is gonna be the best shows of our career, yo. Now hurry up and come." A knock at the door interrupted the girls. Both put their hands back, stood up, and slipped their tights up. Marina slid her tits back inside her jacket and zipped up, clearing her throat as an awkward blush crossed her face. Pearl was just as embarrassed, though much more frustrated. "Yeah, what's up? You kinda interrupting, yo." "Sorry," a stage manager replied from behind the door. "This is important, though. The opening act's transport broke down in the whirlpool. I'm afraid that means there will only be you guys on stage tonight." "What?" Pearl yelled, feeling her heart sink. "But we need more time to prepare," Marina hurriedly fills in. "We still have to get ready." "Well, ready will need to be very, very soon," the manager replied, his voice muffled by the door between him and the hot, horny tactical gals. There's a packed stage out there. We are completely slammed. Literally not an empty seat. And they're gonna get antsy if someone doesn't get out there and start performing. The manager stormed off shortly after. From their little room backstage, they could already start to hear the audience just outside chanting out. "Off the hook! Off the hook!" the audience sang, praying for their idols to come and perform soon. They must already know the opening act has been cancelled. Pearl and Marina looked at each other awkwardly, not sure how to respond. Their eyes were on each other's faces, but just as well kept sinking down to look at Bulger's, their cocks still hard from all the action moments ago. I mean, Marina said, curling her finger through her tentacles. We we did say that having sex before every show is a little weird, Marina said, blushing as she tried to look away as she said it. Yeah, Pearl replied, feeling just the same, pushing her hand against the huge boner bulging against her tights. I mean, it's not like we stinking sex addicts or anything like that. Pfft. Yeah, Marina replied. We don't need to fuck just to have a good show. We can stop whenever we want. Yeah, Pearl agreed. Man, every out there is deep fried excited to see us. Those excitement beams coming from them should be more than enough to get us in the zone. Yeah, Marina said, rising from her chair, her shorts glowing as she was exploding with excitement. So come on, Pearl says, opening the door out to the halls. Let's show these cods a good time. How long is this? Goddamn. And so the two went, ready and anxious to go give the show of their lives. The audience was booming and excited, everyone chanting along as they awaited for the duo to come out on stage. A few keyboards were set up, as well as some mics. The holograms were ready. A few teasing spurts of the light show was starting. They knew their idols were about to appear. The chants grew louder, to the point they could deafen. Rising from the center of the stage came them, at last. Marina and Pearl stood, back to back, grinning over the audience as they walked from their little elevator. Their movement seemed a little off as Marina nearly tripped, her breast bouncing in her tight jacket, but otherwise it was all good. Hey, Pearl shouted into her mic. Are you all ready? The audience replied back with their massive united voice. Pearl and Marina struck their pose. Then let's stay off the hook. Woo! And the synths started. The two bobbed along to the rhythm as the song slowly started. Marina stared awkwardly at Pearl as 2 bars extra were added. Pearl snapped out of whatever funk she was in and started singing. The audience was starting to reflect the awkwardness of their performance. They noticed, Marina thought, just trying to keep along and play. Come on, Pearl, we're trying to prove something. Marina kept her eyes on Pearl for the rest of the song. It was finally over and Pearl struck her final pose. Marina almost couldn't hide her blush. The Octoling was starting to realize what might have been going through Pearl's head. She was horny. Really, really horny. She was so used to doing a big fuck right before a show that her cock was habituated to it. It was probably waiting for the feeding frenzy, just to spray all over Pearl's face, leaving her smelling like cum for the whole show. No, Marina had to keep her head straight. Are we really this bad? Marina wondered, looking out over the show. The blush on her face was getting worse, and the huge bulge in her extremely tight spats wasn't going to be easily hidden much longer. She was already starting to just flat out hump her keyboard, a few sour notes sneaking through. Pearl showed her glares, but it felt so good. Her big fat cock was hungry, it just needed to come. She couldn't imagine getting through the show. This is really awkward, man. God damn. Come on, Marina, Pearl said, looking over her back to face her. She stood out awkwardly, probably not noticing that in their rush to go out into the show that Pearl was still wearing an old breaking pair of her tights. Her rear was nearly showing through the breaking cracks forming in the tights. Marina couldn't hold back any longer. She threw herself from her set and leaped on top of Pearl, humping her cock hard against Pearl's form. In the rush, Marina couldn't hear the audience as they reacted. I'm so sorry. I can't hold back, Marina said, unzipping her jacket and letting her brown breasts bob free. The audience gasped and stared. Some background music kept playing, automated to play some cheery, upbeat beats while the band were due to have a nice little heart-to-heart with the audience. Marina dug her cyan-dipped fingers into Pearl's tights and ripped them open. Isn't cyan blue? Letting her long, floppy cock free. The audience gasped, getting a good view from the mega screens set up around the arena. The cameras were still rolling. beaming up the view of the superstars breaking down. Horny and searching for a hole to fill, Marina dragged her crotch hard against Pearl's face, her own big meaty dick slipping out from her own pants. The audience screamed out in joy at that sight. "Come on," Maria coos, her personal mic booming all her delicate little coos and moans out for everyone hears. "Let me just come a little. We'll keep the show going." "Fuck you," Pearl groaned. "Everyone saw your dick." "Everyone saw your dick too," Marina replied, toying with her foreskin and dipping out some pre. "Yeah, no shrimp, Sherlock. Now who's going to do our shows?" "Oh my god." "People who like your cute dick," Marina moaned, sliding her horny body down over Pearl, rubbing her tits and her fit stomach across Pearl's front until Marina's caramel tits wrapped around Pearl's pale cock, and those optiling lips and tongue were caressing that big long dick. She made a little mwah sound as she kissed the tip. Then she dove back down and started sucking as hard as she could. Her exaggerated, horny sounds became the new singing to the backing track as the happy beats went on. Pearl couldn't say no to a good tit job, hard as she might try. Her hand met the back of Marina's head and she pushed the girl down, guiding her along as Pearl sat back to let her cock get sucked. Yeah, fuck it. I'm horny," Pearl grinned, pushing her cock down Marina's throat, but mostly just letting the cock-starved girl do most of the work as she seemed so eager to do. Marina was so happy, finally able to do something lewd after being so rudely interrupted. She loved tasting Pearl's long cock. It was her favorite noodle in the whole world. Marina suckled away, trying her best to give as much of the cock love as possible. She drenched the shaft in drool, feeling her tits get lubricated up as a consequence of being so wet and eager. Over and over, she dragged her tongue along the length of the cock and flick it over the tip before loudly swallowing the dick again, moaning as if it brought her more pleasure than it did the girl who was getting her dick sucked off. Marina was just always got so into it whenever she put her heart into it. She loved dick, and she loved seeing all the faces that Pearl made whenever she got into it too. Her eyes were filled with hearts. That cocky little grin was vanishing and turning into that spectacular little moaning face. That face that showed how she really felt, how into it she was getting. Marina gasped as Pearl suddenly came, her face contorting so beautifully before it was hidden from Marina by a jet of cum splashing across Marina's face. That beautiful face, all decorated and perfect, spoiled by webs of cum, covered her. There was a thick glob over her nose, her cheeks, and drenching her lips. Her tongue slid out, lobbing up a good slither of the white, wet cum. The stuff was everywhere since Pearl always came like a fire hose. They doused the floor around them, and even splattered a few amps just a little bit away. Hell, if they had been just a bit closer, they could have even given some fans in the splash zone a little taste. For a while, the air was hanging awkward. The audience watched on as squids all blushed and looked confused. Then there were cheers, claps, hell, even a few moans for those who felt so inclined to join in on the fun. It seemed Off the Hook had so much influence that they can nearly get away with anything, even fucking live on stage. "My turn," Marina said. "We both need to come so we can do this thing." "Fine," Pearl said. Good morning. Pearl said, equal parts distracted by her afterglow and still unsure how to feel about the whole thing. "Come on, bend over," Marina said, helping Pearl onto her feet. The girl slipped her hand over Pearl's outfit, undoing that zipper and tossing it to the side. The rest went away too, until all that was left was Pearl's heavy ripped tights that showed off her ass and her big cock. Marina pushed the head of her Titan cock against Pearl's pussy, pushing forward as she felt exactly what she needed, finally within reach. Pearl was bent over a fancy transparent table, which was pretty much just a tiny window pane. Pearl's smooshed up tits showed through the screen, which the cameras were so kind as to zoom in on as the pair started to really get fired up. As they got into it, flowing through the session like it was nothing, the audience vanished away. They were taken back to their little room, and they were just having a quick fuck before the show. Pearl let loose, letting herself be taken hard by the ever-horny Marina. The Octoling was happy to take the girl as hard as she could, pushing over and over, and then, all at once, she came, pouring her everything into Pearl. Pearl fell off the cot quickly, but Marina was still coming. So absorbed in the moment, she flung herself forward near the audience, and she let her cock hose down the front row. Everyone cheered, at least most of everyone. But this story isn't about those who weren't into it. And don't worry, Marina grinned, zipping herself back up. That was just the warm-up. The end. God fucking damn it.